you're not hearing me. I said sell the house, keep the car, okay? The kids, why are we talking about the kids now? All right, I gotta go to work, bye. All right, guys, what's up? Sam Cole here, back with another video. Hope all of you are doing well. Man, we have got some stuff to unbox today. It is the first Apple event drop of the year. iPad Air, green iPhone 13 Pro, new iPhone SE. Big day, we got the Mac Studio and the Apple Studio display that just came out. I'm the first person in my city to get this stuff, confirmed by the people at the Apple Store. Don't at me. Listen, I want to start off simple, so let's get the iPhone 13 Pro in green out of here. We got the little pull tabbies on the back. Wow, I can feel myself saving the environment as I peel. Look at this. We are good people here. All right, and then inside, you've got the green iPhone 13 Pro. I am so excited to see this. Whew. All right, let me give you a close-up of that green. Oh man, when that light be hitting right, I'd be feeling something different. I was using the white before, which is obviously super clean, but I gotta say there is something about the green. I mean, probably the fact that it's a new color and my brain's like, hoo-hoo, this is new stimuli. All right, now for the first truly new product, the new iPhone SE here. This has got 5G in it, wow. Oh my God, it's got 5G? Are you serious, bro? This iPhone SE has 5G? Yeah, pal, it do, and we've got it here in front of me today. So I got the silver one just because for some reason they did the same colors as last generation, although white is starlight now. Wow, I can almost see the stars above. This time there's no plastic wrap on the SE. They have removed it just like on the other iPhones. Pop it out of the box real quick, and inside we've got the new iPhone SE in Starlight, which looks just like standard white. I mean, it could be slightly lighter. You know, I think the sides are a slightly different coat of paint than just a standard white. You know, it's a fine looking phone. We can go ahead and take the screen protector off. Listen, is it an iconic design? Sure it is. But is it anything new? I mean, no, it's just a little phone. It feels identical as before. I couldn't even tell that this has 5G in it. Like there's no differentiator that even says this is the new SE. So it's kind of a weird thing. All right, I'm gonna set this to the side. We're gonna revisit that like everything else in the video momentarily, but I gotta take this out of the box. This is the new iPad Air in blue. This has an M1 chip in it now. Okay, guys, got an M1 chip. Let's go ahead and rip it out of the box here. We do have plastic on the iPad, guys. When are we, I mean, listen, I'm grateful. Like this is a good time. I always enjoy. All right, let's pop it out of the box here. This is so hard to do without a camera person. All right, we got the iPad on top. You genuinely can't see the color at all through this paper they have it wrapped in. So let's take it out. And this is the new blue finish. Woo, okay. That's pretty nice. I actually feel like it looked more turquoise in the press images, but I mean, this is good. I just, you know, it's very blue. And look at the bottom, it even says iPad Air now, so you know which iPad you're using. And of course, we got Touch ID at the top. We'll dive into everything momentarily, but guys, that means we're out of the starter products. That means we're on to the good stuff now. Okay, so next up is this. This is the Mac Studio, and man, I don't actually understand what it's gonna look like. I've never seen one of these in person. Like I didn't see any setup in the Apple Store, so I'm ready because this is like going to be my main computer. This is the model that I got. This is the M1 Ultra. All right. This is the lots of RAM, like the top spec and everything, but the storage, the internal SSD. So I'm very excited. Oh, okay. Wow, this is actually nuts. Not only is it like pretty heavy, it looks just like the images, but it looks better in real life. This is just like a piece of aluminum with some crazy inside. Look at the bottom, it's so clean. It says Mac Studio, all the ports you'd ever want on the back, nothing on the sides, but you've got Thunderbolt here on the Ultra on the front, SD card slot, and we've got the Apple logo on top. I mean, this is really just like if they took the Mac Mini and tripled it. This is the Mac Studio. But of course, it didn't come out by itself. Apple didn't just drop the Mac Studio. I would be very excited if they had just done that. But they also released something else as well that we've been wanting for a very long time. This thing is known as the Apple Studio Display, and I think we're gonna have to zoom out for this one. Oh, howdy there, neighbors. I'm just floating up here for the day. I think this is in frame, so let's just go ahead and rip this top part off. Just enough clearance with the mic above me, and this packaging is actually incredibly similar to the Pro Display XDR. Push it open like that, and then you've got the Studio Display sitting here, which is actually, it's a little bit thicker than I thought. Okay, so this is obviously in silver because that's the only color they're offering, of course, to match the Mac Studio. And, all right, so the back, very sharp. I mean, you can see already, you see the set now, you see the vision. I do, I'm in. I'll be honest, this is the only thing I've wanted to do all day, the Studio Display. And the first affordable monitor from Apple in years is born. All right, guys, I was just too excited to start off with anything else, so I had to kick it with the new Studio Display and the Mac Studio. So at first I was like, all right, I'm not gonna miss my 32-inch Pro Display XDR because I was one of the chumps that bought that, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try to switch full-time to the Studio Display right now. So I took the huge display off my desk, and then I put the Studio Display up there, and instantly I was like, this feels really small. And like, it's a 27-inch LCD panel on the Studio Display. It looks incredible. Like, once I got it set up and connected the Mac Studio, I was like, really, if you want a consumer display, I just feel like this is it. Because you have speakers and cameras and mics, which we'll talk about more in a second. But it's basically the exact same panel as you got on a 27-inch iMac. So it's very, very good, very sharp. It is LCD, so like the black levels aren't insane, but it still looks great, and I enjoyed my time with it. I was stoked to connect the Mac Studio, which I'm just still really blown away by. Like, I'm not gonna be able to test the power in this video because, like I said, I gotta run. But as far as the looks, the design, the ports, like the ports alone are so good. We have USB-A and USB-C. What Apple is this? I mean, from my very brief experience, it felt ridiculously snappy. Everything was just instant. That's of course the Apple Silicon inside, but specifically the new M1 Ultra chip. This is the top spec one of that. I did get the 128 gigabytes of RAM, the 4TB SSD. So like, I'm going with this machine. All right, this is my new baby. And connecting that to the Studio Display is super easy. I mean, you literally plug the display in, plug the computer in, and then connect the included Thunderbolt cable to your new Mac Studio or any Mac with a Thunderbolt port, and it just pops on, and there you go. It's instant. There's no power button on the display. You just plug it in and go. But I will say, after a short time, I was like, all right, I gotta test this stuff out. And first I tried out the camera and the mic. Here's how that sounded and looked. Ooh, this is bad. Now, apparently there's a fix coming, and there's some issue causing the camera to not be great, but I also am doing this so that you get a sound of the microphones on here. So like if you're using this for calls, FaceTimes, Zooms, which is what I know I'd mainly be doing with it, this is how it sounds. You let me know the quality of it down below. Obviously the camera doesn't look great. Apple says again a fix is coming. I will wait to see that before making my final judgment, but right now, yeah, it looks really, really bad. Like, I don't know how they dropped the ball initially. But I'll be honest, what makes up for all of that is the speakers. I tried these. I still like am in shock as I record this. Like, I can't believe it's actually as good as it is, but they are the best speakers I have heard from a Mac product in my entire life. They are crisp. They've got some bass. The mids sound very distinct. I mean, I just am blown away. Like, I could fully edit all of my videos on these speakers, and I am begging, I am praying, I'm willing to sacrifice something so that Apple puts speakers like this on the next Studio Display, because I will tell you, I've gotten real used to the new Pro Display. Is this a realistic display for people? No, absolutely not, but that 32-inch size, those 5 extra inches, you would be amazed at how great that is for video editing. Like, going back to the 27-inch screen, which is not a small screen, 27 inches is very big, I was just instantly like, man, I gotta go back to the Pro Display. And that also comes back to the fact that the color accuracy on the Pro Display is better, because Apple, I mean, they say it's for like pro color grading. It doesn't actually get to like a $40,000 monitor, but it does get close in a lot of ways, and the colors and the tech on the Pro Display is better even though it's older. This model just has the tilt option, but I have to say, I think it's worth upgrading the $400 to the tilt and hand raise option because the tilt and height adjust is what I have on the Pro Display stand, and it is just so nice. I work at a standing desk a lot, so being able to adjust that during the day to the height, whether I'm sitting or standing, it is phenomenal. Like, I can't believe it's a $400 upgrade. The tilt is fine. It's identical to an iMac experience. It does sit a little bit low if you're going to be sitting this on a desk with no riser. The build quality on this stuff is great though. I mean, unboxing it was a good experience, and I mean, I'm going to give everything some more time when I return, which brings us to our next product, the new iPad Air. This is a weird one for me just because the Apple middle tier products are never something that I tend to use a lot. I think I just find the value in the high and low end products a lot better, and that's not to say that this iPad Air isn't great and I like it a lot, but the iPad it's $600. It has an M1 chip now. It's just in a weird spot. Like, you have insane power, but iPad OS can't really do anything, and it supports the new Apple Pencil, but the screen is only 60 Hz, so drawing isn't as good as it is on the Pros. To be honest though, the most compelling part of this product is the new ultra-wide camera with center stage. I mean, not only is it really fun, but if you plan on using this iPad to be an iPad, to just be a great tablet for content consumption, I mean, calls with this, short videos you can record, it's just a good time. Not to mention it's all blazing fast because of the M1 processor. Not that the old iPad was slow though, like they just kind of threw the M1 in. It's cool. I mean, the new blue color is very nice. It has grown on me already. I mean, hands down, this is the iPad to buy if you don't want to spend $800 on an iPad. This is incredible. It's got some things missing that I want, like the 120 Hz screen. That's the main thing. Like that and Face ID, for me, it's worth going to the Pro that starts at $800. Finally, let's jump to these iPhones. I mean, the green iPhone 13 Pro, what is it like to use? Well, it's fun. It's nice. It's a great color. I really enjoy my time with the green iPhone 13 Pro, but it's the same phone as before, which is incredible with ProMotion, with the A15 chip, with all the camera improvements, with the triple lenses. I called the iPhone 13 a perfect phone when it came out, and I stand by that to this day. This phone is rock solid. It is just the best thing on the market right now, and even the notch is smaller still. I just love the 13 Pro. I think Apple nailed it, and think of this as my revisit of it a few months later. Like, I still love it every day. I still smile when I use it, and it's still my go-to phone. But on this trip, I am bringing this iPhone SE. I put my secondary SIM in it, so I'm going to be using it as much as I can, and I'm excited to try it out because you got 5G now. Wow, look at these speeds. While the download is just out of this world crazy because I do have 5G with this SIM card, the upload is still just abysmal, and I feel like the promise of 5G just continues to be half-baked. I mean, did the iPhone SE even need 5G? I would argue that it didn't. I don't even know what this does or adds. Like, the people buying this budget phone don't want to spend a lot of money, and it starts at $429 now. The old iPhone SE was at $399, so it's a little bit more expensive. I just don't, I don't know. 5G just, it makes me upset. I still don't understand. The carriers are like all corrupt to the bone, and it's just all advertised. It's getting better. Definitely the most impressive part of this phone is the processor that gives you new computational photography features, a little bit better battery life, which I'm excited to test out because the old iPhone SE had pretty bad battery life. It's overkill for this budget phone, but it's also sick that the iPhone 13 Pro in this video and any iPhone 13 and this iPhone SE have the same chip. I mean, it's the A15. Wow, it's crazy. Like, it's as fast as you'd think. It's just zip, zop, zweep, zwap, zoop. That's what it does. And it feels good so far, even though it feels like exactly the phone we've had in a design since 2014. My favorite thing today, though, definitely the new Mac Studio. I mean, this is what I wanted. This is the main thing from the event that got me excited, and I can't wait to test it out as my main computer when I return. But overall, solid set of products just dropped. I mean, shocker. Apple make great product, but like, yeah, it was a good time. I'm gonna have more thoughts on all this on my podcast later on the channel, so stay tuned for more. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. I've been Sam. I love you so much. Hopefully, catch this flight. Oh God, no. Please, God.